G'day folks, and welcome to a different take on Dice It Up Gaming. I figured it's 2025. I was going through some of the videos out there that I've put up, and I've never really introduced myself. I'm Leonard, and I love board games, and I'm also a DIY. I do love to build things out of timber, do love to paint miniatures. Not a fan of painting other things. I tend to get more paint over me than what I'm painting. So that's just me, I think. But I used to work in a lot of manufacturing jobs, sort of bumping through jobs. Started off as a sales rep. That was my first ever job. Well, my first ever job was a paper boy. So I used to be a paper boy when I was younger. Dropping papers off for 50 cents. That was hard work. We were up real early. I think it was 4 or 5 in the morning, probably 4:35 in the morning, I think it was, because everybody wanted their newspapers at 6 o'clock. So we had to ride our push bikes through rain, hail, or shine. Although it was never shiny, it was always dark. So it'd be either rain, hail, and nighttime. So many punches, and so many people saying they never got their newspapers, and so many people wanting specific ways of having their newspapers. Would have been about probably 14, I think, when I was doing that. So it was hard work for a little kid. But anyway, so I moved on from that. Got out of school, became a sales rep in the building industry, selling ceramic tiles. And that was good. I learned how to sort of glue and lay ceramic tiles, and that was good. Then I got out of that and got into, the pay wasn't very good, got into manufacturing. I worked at a dairy industry there where I sort of made cheese, popping things out, real stinky ass cheese, excuse my language, but it's very stinky cheese and very hard. And then I got into turning cheese into cheese powder. That was long hours. That was pretty sort of hard work. That was long hours, sort of minimum 10 hours. Then you'd be doing 12 to 14 hours, even 16 hours. Like it was hard yakka. So I got into that. The best thing about that one though is it used to work minimum 5 days, but I never saw a minimum 5. It was always 6 to 7 days. But my weekend work, I used to have to hose a dam. It was good money to hose a dam. I had to throw a pump into a dam, which circulated the water into the dam so it wouldn't stink and the people around wouldn't complain about the smell. So that was me. That was me stopping. So thank you. It was me preventing that stinky dam. That was good. That was good. Good money, good pay, weekend rates, fantastic. Loved it. Had a deck chair, an esky, and music, and off I went. But then I got out of that and got back into retail, like a sales assistant again, but into carpets and tiles because I was going to travel overseas. So I left that. I was traveling overseas. Got into that for a little bit. So I learned how to lay carpet, sort of carpet into that, selling carpet and tiles again. Then I got out of that into cardboard boxes. So I know how to make a cardboard box. I know the process of making it. It's a very interesting process. And that was hard. That was terrible money. That money was low. And it was hard work for what you got paid, but they always kept saying it's great. But yeah, it wasn't very good. It was very good. So I got out of that and I travelled overseas. I did 2 years travelling overseas. Based myself, did the old thing, based myself into Scotland there in Edinburgh and travelled around. Did running on the bulls, met some really good people over there. For 2 years, Running of the bulls was interesting. That was a scary moment. That was. Come back with a big bruise. I got hit by the bull. Big bruise on my leg. That took about 4 days before it come out. Everyone thought I was lying. Then it took like weeks to go away. It was a deep bruise. So I did that for 2 years. Enjoyed it. So if anyone out there is thinking of traveling, just do it. It is fantastic. So I love doing that. Then I got back into manufacturing. Did the coolers, the big swampies for about 9 years. So your water coolers, air conditioners go on the roof. That's done by water. I don't know if anyone knows. They water drips through pads, and the fan draws it through, and there's your cold air. Works really well in dry, hot summer days, but terrible in wet days. Just adds more water to the air. You don't want that. Makes everything wet. Got out of that and got into hydraulics, making hydraulics. That was awesome. Used a CNC bender to bend the tubes and all of that. Bit like Futurama bender. That was me with a machine. But that was good. That was good. I sort of got tired of doing the long days. Hard work, long days. My body was sort of giving up. It was like, I even worked at a distribution centre, sort of stacking product on pallets and sending it off to supermarkets. Even did that as well. And that nearly killed my back. That was hard work. That was good money, but Jesus, it was hard work. But anyway, then I sort of got out of that, and now I'm a education support worker. I got out there, wanted to do something with my life, something to help. So I got out there, become an education support worker, and I'm now working at schools, helping the teachers out to teach the young whippersnappers out there, to help them out. And that is rewarding. It is fantastic. I would suggest, if you're thinking of a change, get into that. It's so rewarding to get out there and help the kids out. Even working in the high schools. I start high school this year, so I'm going into high school. I was doing primary school, and I'm stepping up in high school. It's even rewarding in there. You know, you got the teenage and you got the attitude and all that, but helping them out to do something, to achieve something, so that they know that they can do it. It is good. It's good. It is good. But anyway, so I get into, and I love DIY. So all that I've worked, I was even a technician, a security technician. I installed security cameras. So climbing through roofs, I've done a fair bit. I've got a fair bit of knowledge out there. So I do a bit of DIY out there to let people know on how to do stuff. So I love working with timber. I don't know why I never became a chippy. I don't know. So I just love working with timber. Love painting miniatures. Not very good at painting though, but like in general, like household, just love painting miniatures. I am a beginner. I'll hopefully be able to do some more videos on that. So I do have a family. I love my family. A beautiful partner, beautiful kids. Sorry, I'm just having a cold ale. Mow the lawn. It's pretty hot. Although that breeze isn't too bad, but it's warm out there. But that's me. That is me down to a T. So hopefully this year I'm building a shed to store a lot of my games in and not record in it, because I'm not allowed to record in it due to councils, so I won't be recording in it. But hopefully I'll be able to do a bit more content out there. But work life, family life, I like to get a lot more out there if I can, because I've got a lot more stuff out there that I want to show, like how I do my dice trays. I like to show that off. So I'll do a step by step on how I do that. I use a laser cutter to do that. I used to have to do a scroll saw that took forever, and it was never tight. It was always loose. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Not only I play games, I play with timber and paint. I also like to read. So that's my book I'm reading at the moment. Good book, quite enjoy it. So I do like to read. I take that with me to school, and I do that during my break, or I play some board games during my break. But I also I'm going to be doing an unboxing soon. Just received this. This is Who Murdered the Turtle. This is by Australian developer. I think they're in Queensland. I can't remember if they're in Queensland. I'll have to find them all out. So Burning Fish Games. This is a party game. So I'll get out there and I'll unbox that. That showed up. It was on Kickstarter? I think it was Kickstarter. I'll look up more of that. I think it was Kickstarter. It's not long finished, so they delivered that pretty quick. And I've got a couple of games here that I've been trying to get up and go on and review. This is done by Tin Star Games. He's another Australian company that I met during Board Game Barbecue. The Board Game Barbecue, the PlayCon, which is coming up again in July, I think. I think it's in July. This is another one. It's called The Score. What it is you're doing a heist. You've got some cards, so you're telling a story as you're playing the game. It is you can have a solo, and you can go up to, 6 players. So it is a 1 to 6 player game. If you like telling the games that tell the stories, where you're playing the cards, so how it works is, I believe, you have some cards there. You're drawing out cards. If it matches the cards that you've got, you're telling a good story, like of how your heist is going, and then if you haven't got that card, then you're telling a bad story on how your heist, what's going wrong. So you're just making stories up as you're going. So if you do like a story game, you're out there making your own stories while you're playing, then this is probably one to look into. The Score. It's an Australian mod by Tin Star Games. I've got to get out there and do a bit more on that. I need set up and play with that. I did say I was going to do that, and I do apologise. I haven't got round to it. Hopefully this year, once I set up the shed and everything like that, I'll be able to get to and do that. And this is another game by Tin Star Games. It's called Baby Dragon Bedtime. This is a 3 to 7 player game. It's it's like a matching sort of game where your memory game, the memory matching game, where you got your deck of hands, like your deck of actions per player, and you're laying out the rest of the cards out onto the table, up face side down, sort of randomly up there, and you're drawing your action card, which is telling you what you can do, and you're trying to find the points, so flipping them over or just taking randomly cards. But you've got to keep in mind there's also bad cards in there that give you negative points, and you're all doing it at the same time. So it's not a turn base, although there is rules there for turn base, so you can do it turn base for the young ones. I have played that with my kids, and it wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it with them, but I'm still yet to give it a go out there with some adults as how it's meant to be played, how everyone's doing it. So that's Baby Dragon Bedtime by Tin Star Games as well. So hopefully I'll get out there and I'll be able to write up a review on that one. But yeah, that's a couple of there that hopefully 2005 I'll be able to get out and do. Trying to get a bit more out there, so I'm building a shed. And I also get out to markets and selling games as well. So I'm trying to get out, also trying to get to a few conventions out there as well. Like I've got Humbug coming up. So I've got the Humbug Con coming up, which is around Anzac Day for Australia, in Australia. So if you're local or in Australia, or you might be come down, come join up. I am a committee member for Humbug, put my hand up, and they've accepted me as a committee member, which is great. So you'll see more of me around Humbug. Also got the ball game barbecue coming up in I think it's July. Could be wrong. I think it's July. So that's coming up. I'm going to that. So hopefully I'll be able to see a lot of fantastic people there and play some good games and be amongst it. It's one of those things. I am glad that I got more into this ball games. Like I did start off when I was little. Sort of broke away when I started working, come back into it, and I love it. It's the people you meet, the experiences you have. It's fantastic. The places you go, it is fantastic. I do love it. It's a hobby worth doing. And ball games, it's not just board games. You know, you got the painting and the minis. You can get out there, you design your 3D models, and build up on your board games. But it's fantastic. Like, it is fantastic. It's a good hobby to get into. And there's a lot of great people out there. But so that's me. So hopefully I'll be able to get out and do a bit more out there. But I figured I'd just introduce myself so that you know what sort of a person I am. And just like to say thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you soon. Happy gaming.